Hey everyone, this is Unlock24, and before we go any further, I want to remind you to keep your phone vertical and click that full screen icon on the bottom right. Now, this is the second video today, and it's going to be just a really quick video, and we're going to be talking about the card trader inventory update. And if you missed it, they added 4 new cards to the card trader, and let's look at them. So the first one's Ocean Dragon Lord-Neo-Deadalus, and what it does is that this card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except by tributing one Levia Dragon Daedalus. You can send Yumi you control to the graveyard to send all cards in both players' hands and on the field to the graveyard except this card. Alright, so basically you're not going to be running this card at all. It's way too hard to summon. You have to summon the first Daedalus, and then after that you summon this guy. I know some of you will try it, but overall I think it's not really worth it. Yes, it destroys everything on both your hand and their hands and everything on the field except for this card. And so if you manage to get it out, you most of the time will win the game. But again, it's going to be too hard to get it out, and it's a super rare. So I would highly suggest for you to just use those super rare jewels with something else, and ultimately just skip this card, as you're not going to be seeing a lot of it. Or, I mean, you can try it out, but it's just going to be a fun deck, and I might be giving it a try if I get enough jewels, but overall, if I don't, I'm fine with just skipping this card. The next one's Fenghuang. Now, this is a spirit card, and overall, spirits aren't really my thing. I've never really liked them because they just leave your field open, and I'm guessing you can play with apples, but that's not my thing. But let me read what it does. It says, cannot be special summoned. During the end phase of the turn, this card is normal summon, or flip face up, return it to the hand. When this card is normal summon or flip face up, destroy all set spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Alright, so it's a decent little, I guess, nuke for the back row. It's kind of like a Harpy's Feather Duster for the back row. But you do have to tribute summon it, or maybe if you run Ammo Release, or maybe a small a Soul Exchange or something like that, you could get some advantage over it. But overall, I'm gonna say, I mean, it's not completely terrible. I'm gonna say it's decent, and you will be seeing some people run it just for that, for the fact that it can destroy the entire back row. So overall, it's a decent card, and maybe you might want to take in 1 or 2 in a deck and see how it runs, or maybe make a complete deck around it, and it could be something. We just have to wait and see what people do with it. The next one is a Legendary Ocean, another super rare, and this card, I think it allows for you to run Fisherman, as it brings all the water monsters level to by 1. It brings the level down by 1. I don't know, I think I just had a stroke there, but it just brings all your, let me read it. It says, this card's name is treated as Yumi. Reduce the level of all water monsters in both players' hand and on the field by 1. All water monsters gain 200 attack and defense. So if you can substitute Yumi, or most of the time you run 2 Yumis apart from the skill, so this is a good substitute for it. And you might be able to run maybe a more of a Legendary Fisherman deck with this card, but overall it's decent. And if you don't play water, I don't suggest you spend the SR jewels on it. And this, in my opinion, is better than the other one. So it's Uminotaurus, level 4 water aqua effect. If a fish, a sea serpent, or aqua type monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So what this does is it makes the water deck kind of be as competitive as the Rex Raptor deck. So it's a 17 attack, so whenever it comes out, it's going to be a 19 attack with Yumi on the field. Or maybe even, yeah, it's a 19, because I think Yumi does 200, and then the Legendary Ocean does 300, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 200, so it'll be a 19, so it'll be on par with the dinos. So if you want to go ahead and make a water deck, I'd highly suggest that you get 3 copies of these instead of the Legendary Ocean, and maybe you can run the Legendary Ocean as well, and maybe you can do a mixture of a Legendary Ocean with Hammer Shark and this guy, and then it could be a completely insane deck. So I might be trying something out with that and see how it works, because then that makes this level 3, which Hammer Shark activates and you can summon it again. So it's going to be a really good or a decent beatdown deck. And you can, most of the time, I think you'll be able to outspeed Rex Raptors, but we'll see what it does. And those were the only cards that were recently added. And I think that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions or comments or any deck suggestions with this card, or if you already have a deck around it, let me know and leave a comment down there in the comment section below. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, and if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you're enjoying my content, go ahead and subscribe. And if you dislike this video, go ahead and leave a dislike and let me know why it is that you disliked it. And I'll see you tomorrow.